More than 20 people, including 9 children, are reported to have been killed in Israeli airstrikes on Gaza after dozens of rockets were fired from the territory towards Jerusalem and other cities. The deaths came on a day of escalating violence between Palestinians and Israeli security forces who have clashed daily in Jerusalem since Friday at the Al-Aqsa compound. The past few days have seen the worst violence in Jerusalem for years, with more than 300 Palestinians wounded in confrontations with Israeli police. Our Middle East correspondent Yolande Knell is in Jerusalem for us now. Yolande.
In the last hour, rockets are still being fired from Gaza into southern Israel. Hamas-run TV says more than 200 rockets have been fired in just the past few hours. Here in Jerusalem, Israelis are still very shocked by the sirens that they heard during the day. And in Gaza, the streets are empty as people fear what happens next. Our blood is a cheap price for Jerusalem, shouts this bereaved Gaza grandmother. While this woman, who lost 4 children, can only weep. The casualties mounting after Israeli airstrikes.
This evening, Jerusalem Day, Gaza's terror organizations crossed the red line and attacked us with rockets on the outskirts of Jerusalem. Israel will react very forcefully.
His response to a barrage of rockets fired by Palestinian militants. Israelis ran for cover when one reached Jerusalem for the first time in years, while angry Palestinians cheered. Tensions were simmering on this holiday when Israelis marked the capture of East Jerusalem over 50 years ago.
There's a party atmosphere here as Israelis are gathering from all across the country. They're about to head down towards the old city and the Western Wall. For them, this is a big day of celebration. For Palestinians, this march is a provocation.
Why am I here? Because we're not going to let anyone win when they're going to threaten us and try to stop us from being here and celebrate and dance. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Earlier, inside Al-Aqsa mosque, Ramadan worship had quickly turned into violence. Stun grenades and stones in this site, sacred to Muslims and Jews. At this gate, there was frustration as Israeli police stopped Jews from entering. Tonight, the Al-Aqsa compound was literally ablaze. Below, the Israeli celebrations continued. The fire was put out, but what has flared up here may be harder to extinguish.
Yolande, the worst violence in Jerusalem for years. What has the international response been?
Well, there have been calls from the international community for calm, for restraint for weeks now, because this has been a very tense month of Ramadan. And it started with Israeli police blocking off one of the popular gathering points at one of the entrances to the old city where Palestinians like to go in the evening. Then there have been nightly clashes in this East Jerusalem neighborhood, Sheikh Jarrah. That's where Palestinian families have been facing eviction to make way for Jewish settlers. Israel did take some steps, like delaying a key court hearing in their case to try to lower the tensions, but it really appears that it was too late. The US Secretary of State has now condemned the rocket fire. He has called on all sides to take practical steps to try to de-escalate this very dangerous situation. We're getting a very similar message from the UK and from others as well.
Yolande Knell in Jerusalem, thank you.